They know how crazy I am about Ohtani. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons, besides his greatness and everything else, I mean, I take a look at him, and he just seems, I haven't had the good fortune to meet him yet, but he just seems like he's such a down-to-earth guy. Nothing bothers him. And he just seems like,
well, hold on one second. Nothing bothers him. This guy gets away with murder.
Wait a second.
This guy gets away with murder.
No, wait a second.
Nothing bothers him?
Wait.
Of course not. Baseball hides him.
Yep.
They hide him because he's an international phenom.
No.
That's right.
Okay. But what about the umpires behind the plate? I watch almost as many at-bats of his as I can. Okay? And the umpires are terrible regardless. The home plate umpires are horrible. But I think sometimes they take a little bit exception against him and calling, ball. It was the other night. Was it last night? They called strike two. They called ball four, strike two. It was 3-1. They called it a strike, and it was ball four.
So where are we going here? Are you really going to tell me that the umpires were screwing Shohei Ohtani? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a lot of bad calls, but there's a lot of bad calls with all of the players too. But do I think that there's a little bit of a bias against him with the umpires?
I think you're out of your mind.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani, there is bias. First of all, as a Yankee fan.
I think the home plate umpires
as
are
a
horrible.
Yankee fan, I think every umpire, every referee in every sport is horrible.
Yeah.
They all stink.
Okay.
For the NFL, I'm watching all these different referees go around and call foul after foul after foul, and you watch the replay, there is no foul. Where's the fouls coming from? When you bring up Shohei Ohtani and you say, well, the umpires are not really on his side, this and that. Here's what I'm going to say about that. Shohei Ohtani doesn't need the umpires. Remember, he's an international phenom. Japan is behind him. His jersey is the #1 jersey in professional baseball being sold. The guy is making $70 million of deferred money. Oh, and by the way, has $100 million of endorsements every single year with car dealerships, Subway, sneaker deals. And I'm going to feel bad for this man? I'm not going to feel bad for nothing. Because right now in his career, he's batting .248 with 29 hits and 11 home runs, 24 RBIs, 26 runs scored in 30 games. Now, when you look at those numbers, are they better than Babe Ruth's? Are they?
You're talking about in the playoffs?
In the playoffs. Are they better than Babe Ruth's?
Probably not. I don't really know Babe Ruth. I know he had great numbers and everything. It's hard to compare eras also.
No, hold on. You're right. And that's what makes it even more interesting. Because Babe Ruth held one of the heaviest bats in baseball history and was smacking home runs. Yeah, maybe the pitches weren't as heavy and hard, but this man, against the best pitchers in the world, was hitting three home runs in a game plenty of times. In the playoffs, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Babe Ruth had 15 home runs. I don't know their numbers.
He had more home runs than teams had, during the season at the very beginning.
My problem here when we're trying to compare Shohei Ohtani to, let's say, Aaron Judge, okay? And Aaron Judge did something that a lot of players don't do in the playoffs. Right now, it's amazing what Vladimir Guerrero is doing. He's hitting... He right now in the playoffs, 400.
He just hit a home run.
All right, there you go. So it's 2-0, right?
Is it?
It seems like it 2-1, 2-0. You guys can bring up the numbers.
Back-to-back home runs off of Snell to start the game.
The sneakers
back
in the
to
way.
back.
That's right. So it's 2-0. It doesn't matter. That's what I think it is, and that's why I have producers. Okay, they can give us the score. We don't even you have the game right in front of your face. There's no excuse, and I'm going to tell you this right now. If the Dodgers lose this game, this series is over. There is no way they're beating the Blue Jays 2 games in Toronto. There's no way. And the Blue Jays have the momentum. They feel it. They believe that they can beat this team. And to go back to Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, the comparison to them, and I remember Alex Rodriguez was on the Jimmy Fallon show, and he was talking about how much of a unicorn. And everybody uses this stupid unicorn crap.
Yeah.
As we all know, Porzingis as Kevin Durant for years was saying, "Oh, Porzingis is a unicorn."
And don't forget your boy, Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter calls himself a unicorn when I call him a gremlin. All these guys, and unicorns are like two-dimensional type of players. They're just special, all right? Because we've never seen a unicorn because they don't exist. So I guess that's the name they're going to use is a unicorn. Aaron Judge doesn't need to be a unicorn. He doesn't need to pitch. He doesn't need to be anything.
Okay.
Aaron Judge is a superhero. Why? He's doing it in the hardest place to do it, and that's New York. New York City. How many people succeed in New York? How many greats come to New York and fail
I'm
to
not
do
taking
it
anything
in
away
New
from
York?
Aaron Judge.
But you're saying that Shohei Ohtani is the better player. You're saying Shohei Ohtani is the best player right now in the league, are you not?
Yes.
And why are you saying that? What makes you think Shohei Ohtani is a better player? Because he can pitch? Is that what? That's everybody's take here.
What are you basing it off of last night? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm
because-
basing it off his career.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do they want? What do you want from Ohtani? I mean, the fact is, you said
Guy can't stay healthy.
Well, who Ohtani?
Ohtani can't stay healthy.
How can he? How are you going to say that?
Torn UCL. He plays as a DH. He's not even when he is a
He's
DH.
playing as a-
Last year he was a DH. Okay. Yeah, he stole bases, and everybody says, "Oh, we've never seen a 50-50 player." Great for him.
Okay.
That's
he would have
great.
done it again this year.
Stole it. That's fine. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but they didn't.
Okay.
Aaron Judge.
He didn't run because he was pitching.
All right.
And they didn't want him to.
Aaron Judge
to-
played with a hurt toe last year, and he still won an MVP.
Okay. All right.
He
So-
still won an MVP.
okay.
And this year, everybody says,
Ohtani
could
didn't
Aaron
even-
Judge match what he did last year or the year before? Oh, I'm sorry. He hit over 330 this year. At one point in the first 2 months of the season, he was hitting 400, hitting 420.
Okay. So great. But and you're saying.
And he played with a torn UCL all season.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. Ohtani.
No.
Ohtani was a DH, and he's a pitcher. He wouldn't even go on the mound with a torn UCL. He had to get surgery. Aaron Judge didn't have surgery this season. He went out in the outfield in the playoffs because they needed Giancarlo Stanton in, and that was everybody's attack. That was a Jabba Chamberlain's attack to me.
You're seeming like you're not even acknowledging any of Ohtani's accomplishments.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Shohei Ohtani's the second best player in the league. And really, this year, he was the third best player because Cal Raleigh was the second best player in the league this year. And that's my opinion. Cal Raleigh was an all-world defensive player playing the catching position.
So let me tell you.
Yes.
So Cal Raleigh, and I'm not saying Cal Raleigh didn't have an amazing year.
Yeah.
He did have an amazing year.
He did.
But, the thing is, so Ohtani didn't even really have a super hot streak. He had 55 home runs. And you're like, so what? He's got 8 home runs in the playoffs. Okay, so what? Big deal. So he was on base 9 times the other day. Okay, yeah, so what? Big deal. He had 3 home runs and pitched 10, struck out 10. Okay, big deal. Whatever. Those are not great performances or not the greatest ever. And if they're going to start comparing Don Larson, okay, that's, whatever. Who else? World, Reggie Jackson and some of that. Yeah, Reggie Jackson had, that was an amazing feat in 1977. But, it's like you expect the guy to go 20 for 20 in the World Series until somebody says, hey, this guy's amazing. What more? The other day when you said to me, Jack, he's batting 220. Well, he goes 4 for 4, reaches base 9 times, and he's batting 280. So then you could come back to me and say, well, he's batting 280. His on-base percentage his OPS is like 1,300.
He hasn't even been the best player in this series. Vladimir Guerrero has been. He hasn't even been the best player in this series.
Okay,
if you're a leader, if you're a
the
leader,
World Series ends today. The Dodgers win. Who wins the World Series MVP?
they're going to give it to Ohtani, but he hasn't been the best player.
On the Dodgers.
He hasn't been the best player in this series.
Who's been Yamamoto?
Freeman hit that 18th inning home run.
Okay.
He did it against the Yankees.
Freeman hit the 18th inning home run.
Yeah.
But also to get them to that point, Ohtani tied it up with a second home run in the 7th inning. That wasn't clutch? No, that wasn't clutch. You're going to tell me that wasn't
My
clutch?
point here has nothing to do
yeah.
with clutch. When it comes to it, you're a superstar player. You're making the most money in baseball.
That doesn't guarantee
What do you mean
anything.
it doesn't guarantee? It guarantees it to me. If you're the best player in baseball, you are, quote unquote, the greatest of all time, as I heard Michael Kay say it. By the way, Michael Kay is a complete ass. He made an ass of himself.
I agree.
Made a complete ass of himself because he brought that up and he said it. This guy is a Yankee guy, and he's going out there and throwing Aaron Judge to the Wolves and saying, "Oh, Shohei Ohtani is the greatest ever." How about Babe Ruth? Michael Kay is a Yankee guy. How about Mickey Mantle? How about Yogi Berra, who won how many rings?
Listen. Also, it's so
Michael Kay.
Hey, listen.
That's what we're listening to. That idiot.
Listen, he is. I agree with you 1,000%. But you know what? It's so hard to compare eras when you say, Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle was the greatest of his era, and so on and so forth. Of course, he had, Willie Mays and some of those guys. But you know what? When you're comparing eras, it's so hard to compare eras. Just like these guys are not pitching complete games now. Why? It's ridiculous that these guys could pitch complete games. They don't want them to. And the bullpens, it's ridiculous. These guys can't even get 40 saves
Because they throw 100 miles per hour.
I agree with that. So you're going to tell me a great feat, and I'm just saying, Ohtani strikes out the side in the first inning, comes up in the bottom of the first and hits a home run. That's, whatever.
I'm not saying Shohei Ohtani isn't a great player. That's not what I'm saying. It's the attacks that I hear. Jabba's on this show, and I love Jabba. And Jabba, he has this love fetish for Shohei Ohtani. Right. Oh, proven innocent until proven guilty. Whatever the hell
Jack,
he's
he's going to become his future agent.
And all this garbage that he comes out with, telling me.
Listen, I'll be honest with you, and I know you're going to get on me. I don't even want to hear the stuff about Ohtani and the gambling and all that.
Why not?
Why?
He should be playing baseball.
Okay.
Pete Rose was caught and thrown out of baseball. Never being invited again. This guy is dead. He's never going to see himself in the Hall of Fame again. But Shohei Ohtani, because he's an international phenom, 2 weeks? God, nobody knows anything about it. $22 million. Five accountants. Five accountants. They didn't know $22 million was gone.
Okay, he's making $1 billion.
Come on, guys. What, am I born yesterday?
You know what? So the guy's making $1 billion a freaking year, okay? And his relationship with this guy, I'm sure he knew what was going on, I would think. And he was like, whatever. He didn't care. When all of this was going down, he still was hitting 400 the first month of last season. So you're going to tell me that he was really worried about stuff if he was guilty? I tend to disagree. When I said nothing bothers him, it's like
nothing. But why should it bother him? Everything he gets away with. Why should it bother me? Why should it bother anybody watching Shohei Ohtani? It bothers me. I had to correct myself. When you see this guy walk up, he walks off the mound after the inning, and he's shaking, making faces to his, all the guys on the,
Ohtani?
And he's making all these weird faces. But I watch the game. I'm not blind.
Okay.
This guy, he makes a fool of himself. But you know what? It's Shohei Ohtani, so who cares?
I myself misplaced.
It has nothing to do with the Yankees. This has nothing to do with the Yankees. Nothing.
Well,
nothing.
I could connect it to the Yankees. I'm not going to right now. I just lost $17 million the other day in my couch cushions, just like Shohei Ohtani. I just completely forgot about it.
They said it was even
lost
more.
My mind.
They said it was even more.
That we know, but it's 17. Who knows? I could just misplace that kind of money and not really.
It's gone.
I mean, it's got to be nice if that's true, but I think it's kind of hard to believe that's true. Errol, despite all the things you're saying about Judge, I love Judge. Obviously, he's one of my favorite players I've ever seen play the game of baseball. Shohei Ohtani's got 2 games this postseason in the last week that are considered the greatest of the greatest games anyone's ever had in the postseason. First off, the one we're not going to talk about anymore. We've already got 3 home runs, 10 strikeouts. But the one that he did in Game 3, he went 4 for 4 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, ties the game up, and then it goes into extras.
Him 5 times.
They refused to even pitch to him the rest of the game. That's Barry Bonds treatment. You know that is. And that's the kind of level that Schneider thinks he is.
Stop.
Why else would you do it?
No, wait a second. Wait, you're going to say
base is empty. Walk.
You're going to say all this stuff about Barry Bonds. I don't even want to hear it. The guy's a cheater and everything.
And you're going to tell me that Shohei Ohtani isn't a cheater?
No.
What? Really?
Why
really?
is it-
What do you think he's doing right now? He's
why
gotten
is he
away
cheating?
with 2 felonies. 2.
Why?
2.
Why is he cheating?
Betting on sports.
Okay.
That's cheating. Okay?
That has nothing
200
to do.
Yes,
First-
it does. It has a lot to do with it.
It doesn't
You're
have
betting
to do
on
with
sports.
his playing
It's
ability.
illegal.
He's not.
It is
he's not-
illegal. Jack, it's illegal.
You don't know that for a fact. Just like the same.
How do
thing.
you not know it for a fact? It's $22 million missing out of your account. He just magically disappeared. Oh, his interpreter just said, "Hey, you know what? I'm just going to take this money. He's never going to see it." Come on, guys. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, but you don't
and
know
I don't
that
care what he did in these 2 games.
So what-
that doesn't make him the greatest baseball player of all time.
Are you going to say about Barry Bonds? It's like, yeah, so what? He was never caught with steroids or whatever. No, his freaking head blew up like a freaking beach ball. Really?
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go to steroids, and we've had many different people, statisticians on the show. So let's go. Let's go to steroids. Let's go to steroids.
Did Ohtani cheat on his physical ability? No. You're going to tell me that? Did Barry Bonds cheat on his physical ability?
Do you know that Shohei Ohtani's not doing anything?
1,000%.
Do you know for sure? You are 100% sure Shohei Ohtani's doing nothing. 100%. Well, you just came at me right now and you said, how do we know it's true? How do we know it's true that he knew about the money?
How do we know anything?
So how the hell do you know that he's not doing something right now? You don't know.
Okay, but that's not.
Do you?
That's not your.
You don't know.
That's not your defense. That's your defense.
My defense is
Barry Bonds.
If you would ask me right now between Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, the Atlas, as I said in my article,
how do you know Aaron Judge is not doing steroids?
We don't.
Okay,
we
same
don't.
thing.
But I'm going to
Same
tell you
thing.
this. Do you see Aaron Judge walking out to, his dugout, making faces, going out there and throwing his teammates under the bus? Or
What do you mean throwing his teammates under the bus?
He's done it before. He's done it before, not in bad ways. He says, "Listen, there were games this year that he said, listen, I pitched a good game, but we couldn't do it."
No, they
take responsibility for it. I didn't play well.
They couldn't.
I didn't play well.
Okay, Ohtani, listen. Ohtani didn't have his greatest pitching performance. It wasn't horrendous. He hung a curveball to Vladimir Guerrero. Good for Guerrero. He hit a 2-run homer. Great. He left after 6 innings. He pitched 6 innings, went out for the 7th, got 2 runners on. Those 2 runners were going to score.
So let's go back to this because
I don't even want to go into I'm
not talking about Barry Bonds. I'm talking about Aaron Judge, who is hitting 500 even 500 against this Blue Jays team. Is Shohei Ohtani hitting 500? Is Shohei Ohtani hitting 500 against this Blue Jays team?
He's hitting 400.
Is he hitting 500? Is he hitting 500?
What
yes
difference?
Or no?
He goes 0 for 1.
And he's not hitting 400 in this series because he was 0 for 3 in the last game.
Okay, but he was 4 for 4 in the other game.
He's not hitting 400. He's hitting 248 in his career.
Pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up, Speedy. How am I going to pull it up? I'm hosting a show. How the hell am I going to do that? I have 2 producers. I have 3 guys that could be looking up his numbers right now in the playoffs.
Okay, so the fact is, so what are you saying with Barry Bonds? Barry Bonds is the best of all time?
I think Barry Bonds is the greatest in the last 30 years.
Okay,
and not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Okay,
not even close.
Okay,
He's untouchable.
Okay.
When I saw Barry Bonds, I don't care if he did steroids.
You don't
because
care?
Because they all cheat.
Okay.
They all cheat.
Okay.
They all do amphetamines.
So what are you telling me? Forget about amphetamines.
What do you mean, forget about it? It makes you concentrate. You have a better chance of hitting the ball with amphetamines than with steroids. Steroids don't make you see the ball better, does it?
I have no idea.
It doesn't. 350 is not 500. And that's what I'm going to say. This same Blue Jays team.
Did he hit any home runs in the playoffs, Aaron Judge?
Yeah, he did. He hit a 3-1 shot. Okay. Was a rocket right off the pole.
How many?
What is it?
Whoever's listening out there.
Look at the protection. Look at the protection that this guy has in the lineup. He's got 2 MVPs in the lineup protecting him. You got Friedman and you have Mookie Betts. You're going to tell me right now, Aaron Judge, who's protecting that man? Bellinger? What was he hitting? What was he hitting in the playoffs?
Doesn't matter. He was still.
What was he hitting? 188?
Okay.
Who was hitting besides Aaron Judge? Nobody was protecting him, and the man was still hitting 500.